And now for something completely different. Let's do something retro and classic. The original platformer that started it all. Super Mario Bros. Now, of course, this is not the original version from the NES. This is the remaster that was put out for the Super Nintendo. Mainly only for the purposes of having better video quality. So without further ado, let's get into it. The only thing that I think might be different in this version of the game is the physics. But I don't know for sure, because I have not played the original in so long. The most recent version of this game that I played, in the original version, oh crap, was the Game Boy Color re-release. And that one definitely plays a little bit different than this one does. As far as the jumping and moving physics go. But I don't know if that is different from the original or exactly the same. If it's the same as the original, then I know for a fact the physics in this version are a little bit different. Because there's some things that I was able to do very easily in the Game Boy Color version that don't necessarily work here. So in case you guys did not know, when they were originally working on the Super Nintendo, the first thing they started to do was remake Super Mario Bros. 3 to upgrade it and see what the console was capable of doing. And when they were finished with that, they realized they still had a ton of space left on the cartridge. So they decided to go back and redo all of the Mario games that they had made for the NES. And that came out as the collection of Mario All-Stars. One thing I do like about this collection is that they don't simply reuse the exact same sprites throughout all the games. For instance, everybody knows that Mario has a red shirt and blue overalls. However, in the original artwork for the first game, it's actually reversed, and he has a blue shirt and red overalls. And I believe that is actually reflected in this version of this game. And then they swap it to the version we all have known to love for the second game. Well, technically the third game. Now, I could be going over the top, up and over to get to the warp zone, but I don't want to do that. I want to play through the whole game without skipping anything. I'm not going to do the whole game in one sitting. We'll just do one world per episode for this. To try to make the episodes a little bit shorter for you guys. Because I know, in general, my videos tend to be like an hour long most of the time. And this is just for something for you guys that prefer shorter, quicker installments. And also for anyone who loves good old classic gaming. I mean, after all, the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo are kind of what started everything. I do have to say, though, after having played the original on the NES so many times, the first time I played this version of it, I was absolutely blown away by the graphical improvements they made. Where is it? There it is. So I always knew that if you defeated Bowser with the fireballs, he would turn into a different minion and fall into the lava. I did not know until somewhat recently that meant that it wasn't really Bowser, and it was just one of his minions that he used his magic on to disguise as himself. And there we have it. World 1 is done. Well, if you guys enjoyed this, hit the like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.